Okay, students, I'd like to go over the project that we've called our coil pots. So coil pots are just that. They're made of coils, and you're going to begin though with a slab. We've learned how to make slabs by rolling them out. Going in different directions always helps, but you need a base to this. This base, it could be any shape you want. I often see students trying to do big things, but they start with too small of a base, and then it might fall over. So we could do a coil pot that's square, and so a square coil pot would be fine. So there, I'm going to set that to the side and begin making my coils. Now you've wedged this clay already, so you've gotten the air bubbles out, but even this process of creating coils will get some of those air bubbles out. So a lot of students, what I see is they put too much pressure and then they just go back and forth, just back and forth. They don't go farther than that. If you just go back and forth, this starts to flatten out and it doesn't work real well. So what we do is we do the whole thing. I spread my fingers out as we go, so this thing gets longer and longer. It doesn't have to be forever long. If it gets too long, I'm going to just stop and cut some of it off and start again. Now, this same rule applies pinky thin or thumb thick with coil pots. Now, with this first pot that you're going to make, my 7th graders, I want you to make a pot that is 6 inches tall. So you're going to start like this, and there's lots of ways to do this. This won't stay together, right? Maybe you want to backtrack, but you're going to scratch and slip this as you go. Maybe you want to backtrack and go that far, make another coil, and do the next layer, but you're going to scratch and slip these together and as you go, so that it stays together. Now, this won't hold water even if you've scratched and slipped, you may have some gaps in there. So what you can do is you can begin, say if you do want it to be able to hold water, you can start smoothing this out on the insides. Combining your clay and smoothing it out makes it waterproof. Maybe you want the inside smooth and you want the outside textured, but that would create a nice smooth watertight seal around it as I go. I've seen some students build really big things. Now you're not limited to 6 inches. My 8th graders have to do a 12-inch pot, so it's this high. You're welcome to go 12 inches. The taller it gets, the more flexible this becomes, the more it tends to want to slump over. So in order to deal with that, you would need to let it dry a little bit, not enough to create a problem where you can't stick more clay onto it, but you want it to become a little bit more leather hard is what they call it, and then it firms up and you can add more on top. So by just storing your bag overnight like this with the bag a little bit open, that will allow your project to become leather hard, so it will be firm and it's not flopping all over the place. Then you can continue adding clay. But if you let it stay for longer than 24 hours, it's going to get hard in this bag and then your project is done. You got to start over. Okay, so that is your tutorial for coil pots, and we'll go from there.